Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us for our chair class today. We won't need any extra props for the day. Just pull up your comfortable chair and take a seat. And please scooch a little forward on your chair so just the sit bones are grounded. And as you place your feet on the ground, really stamp them down. So stamp the feet down and really get some good connection of your feet with the earth. Heels underneath your knees, and you can rest the thighs up on the lap or on the thighs for right now. And sitting up tall, let's take a full deep breath in together. And as you exhale, sigh it out. But again, full deep breath in and sigh it out. Let go. Just letting go of all of those things that have held your attention from your day so far. If it's comfortable for you, let your eyes soften and close. Just take a moment to check in. So noticing any physical sensations, maybe mental, emotional, just what's going on with you today. It's really important to do this checking in before we begin so that you know where your starting point is, right? So that you are better able to meet your body where it's at today. When you feel that you have arrived, let your awareness shift to watching the breath. So not controlling the breath, just watch the breath. So I read recently that upwards of 40 million US adults, that's 18 years and older, suffer from anxiety, making it the most common mental illness in the US. But even those that haven't been diagnosed with, a medical anxiety disorder, we're not immune to the effects of stress and tension and anxiety that we experience in our everyday lives. And practicing yoga, especially practicing yoga on a regular basis, can be a really powerful stress reliever. And we do this by transferring our focus and attention away from, the stressors and the things that are on our mind. And we transfer that awareness and attention into the body and mind. And we're strengthening that mind-body connection. I mean, ideally, or realistically, yoga just helps you to slow down, slowing down the pace of our life. Our bodies are designed to heal naturally. But it's the stressors in our life that prevent that healing from taking place because we need to be shifted into the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. And that's what really yoga is all about. In fact, it's one of the fundamental principles of yoga is that body and mind are connected and are one. And stress in one of those areas affects the other. If you think about just the people that you know in your life, we know people that are very analytical, right? Like everything is up in their head, and they are probably very connected with what's going up in their head, but maybe not so connected with what's going on in their body. And conversely, someone, maybe a professional athlete, or even just someone who's very athletically minded, they're probably very connected with what's going on in their body, but maybe there's a disconnect with what's happening in the mind. And no matter where you fall on that spectrum, yoga helps to balance that connection between your body and your mind. And kindness and positive emotions are another area that help to combat the stressors. So today our practice, or my intention for you for our practice, is aiming to be kind to yourself. Just help buffer some of the burdens of stress and the effects that they have on both your body and mind. So today, we'll aim to be kind. And we often think about kindness in the way that we treat others. But a lot of times, we're probably harder on ourselves than we are on other people. So we're really going to try to foster that self-kindness, that self-compassion today. Come back to watching the breath, please. Just watching the breath as it moves in, as it moves out. We're not attempting to control the breath at this point. Just simply watch the breath. Let the breath come and go, just as it was doing before you decided to watch it or think about it. And as the breath flows, notice what areas of the body are automatically involved in breathing. Does the abdomen expand and contract as the breath comes and goes? Do the sides of the rib cage move? What about your shoulders? What about the chest? As we move through our practice today, I will ask us to come back to noticing the breath, but maybe notice how it moves differently or the body moves differently depending on what it is that we're doing physically. The breath can be a very strong indicator as to what's going on in the body. You might notice as if we're doing something more challenging, the breath gets a little quicker, maybe more shallow. Let's add a little organization or a little control to the breath now. So we'll begin by just making an even pace breath. So as you start to watch the breath, pay more attention to the length of the breath. And notice how long you're inhaling. I like to add just a simple mental count. Inhaling, find your count, and exhale, find the count. And now let's begin to shift and extend the exhalation. So start making your exhale longer. So if you're inhaling for maybe a count of 3, see if you can exhale for a 4 or maybe a 5. Just gradually extending the exhalation, making that exhale a little longer, a little stronger, a little more intentional. Maybe at some point you even get where the exhalation is twice as long as the inhale. By emphasizing and extending the exhalation, we are sending a message to the body that it's time for rest. It's time to shift that parasympathetic nervous system on, which is the rest and digest. And that's where the healing takes place in the body. That takes us out of fight or flight, right? That running after the bear or the tiger. We don't need to live there. We need to spend more time in parasympathetic rest and digest. Take 2 more cycles of breath this way. And now please return to normal breathing. Just allowing the breath to do its breath thing. Let it find its own rhythm. And remind yourself of our intention today. Kindness, self-kindness, self-compassion. And just like pretty much everything that we want to be good at, it takes practice. So we can't just say at the beginning of our yoga practice, we're going to be kind. We need to live it. We need to repeat it with practice. Let your eyes blink open. Take your hands, extend them out, place the hands out on the kneecaps. We'll do some seated cat and cow, start a little bit of movement. So as you take your next inhale, draw the heel of the hands back so you can feel the chest rise and open, maybe even lifting the chin to turn your gaze up. And on an exhale, tuck the tailbone and round back. Maybe now tucking the chin to the chest. Good. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, open. Exhale, round. You can feel this nice stretch in that space between the shoulder blades as we round like a cat. And as you inhale for cow, lifting the chest, can you squeeze those shoulder blades together to emphasize opening of the chest even more? Good. Let's take 2 more all the way through. Inhaling and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Bring yourself up nice and tall. Release the hands from the knees. Bring them down by your sides. Next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Reach to the sky. And exhale, lower the arms. Good. Twice more. Just start lubricating the muscles in the shoulders, the joints, getting some energy flowing. Good. Last one. Inhale up. Let's keep the arms reaching up overhead. Take your left hand to the right wrist and then turn the palm up. Inhale again, lengthen both sides of the waist. And on exhale, lateral bend to your left, stretching the right side waist. The right side ribs, maybe even behind the back of the arm, the armpit. Pressing the right palm up and away as you stretch the right ribs, the right side waist out to the right. Let's inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. Let's now twist to the left. So left hand will come behind, right hand catches the outside of your right thigh or the left thigh somewhere. Lengthen the spine on inhale. So always lengthen before we twist or bend. And turning to look around to your left. By adding that lengthening breath before the twist or the bend, we make more space between the vertebrae so that we can find more freedom in that movement. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then we'll inhale, untwist. Reach the arms down by your sides. Extend through the fingertips. Reach the arms out and up once more. Now, right hand will grab the left wrist and then turn the palm up. Lengthen again both sides of the waist, and then lateral bend to your right, stretching the left side. Inhale, rising all the way up. And we'll take that twist now to the right, left hand to the right leg. Right hand grabs the chair behind. Inhale, find length, and exhale, twisting, open. Open to your right. Noticing the breath. Remember when we checked in the beginning, we were watching the breath and noticing where you feel it in the body. Where do you feel the involvement of the body with the breath here in a twist? Let's inhale, we'll untwist, bring ourselves all the way back around to the front. Just a couple of shoulder rolls here. You can go both directions. You can move both shoulders together or individually, doesn't matter, just kind of moving. Beautiful. We'll sit up nice and tall again. Now take your right hand, tilt yourself over a little bit so you can just sit on the right hand. Sitting on the right hand is going to force us to keep that right shoulder down. Now, as you sit up real tall, let your left ear drop to your left shoulder. We're getting this really great stretch along the side of the neck. Continue drawing right shoulder down. And then for a little extra add-on, if you like it, this is just optional, you could pick up your left hand and just let the fingertips rest above the right ear, just inviting more openness. I'm not pulling the head down, just letting the hand, the arm rest. If you have the hand up on the head, just release it and bring the fingertips just above your left ear now, just to aid the head to come all the way back up after that stretch. And you can take those right fingertips out from under you. And we'll do the other side. So kind of tilt a little bit to the right. So you can take the left hand, slide it underneath you. So that ain't going anywhere. The shoulder is drawing down, long spine, and then take right ear to right shoulder. Noticing the breath. How does it move differently here? Each and every time in our practice that you circle back and bring your attention either back to sensation or back to the breath, you are strengthening that mind-body connection. It's a gesture of being kind to yourself. You can add the hand up above the ear if you haven't already. And if the hand is above the head, go ahead and slide it so fingertips are just above the right ear to just ease the head back upright, and then slide that left hand out from underneath. Take a couple of shoulder rolls again. Hopefully starting to feel a little more freedom in the shoulders and the neck, or the schneck, as I like to call it. And so we'll sit up real tall again, and we'll do some really slow neck rolls. All right, let's begin by taking right ear to right shoulder. So imagine that we're drawing with the nose, and now drop the chin down, chin to the chest, and then roll left ear to left shoulder. Now I'm not going to go backward. Now come back down, chin toward the chest, and then right ear to right shoulder, and go again, chin to chest, and roll slowly the other direction. Roll back, nice and slow. Keep the spine long so we're not rounding the back, just dropping the chin. All right, one more time. So we end up over with left ear to the left shoulder, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Yeah, let's take those rolls again. And now stretch the arms out really wide, opposite directions, fingertips open wide. Watch the shoulders, keep the shoulders drawing down even while you stretch, stretch, stretch. Now let's take cactus arms. So bend the elbows, keep the upper arms about shoulder height, and imagine stretching outward from the elbows. All right, so stretching those elbows out wide, maybe even now beginning to take the upper arm slightly back behind the chest. So we're feeling some stretch across the front of the body. Let's stretch the arms back out wide. We'll do a little Garudasana or eagle arms. So cross the arms in front of you so that your right elbow is under your left. Right under left. Option one, Might be here, just hugging hands to the back of the shoulders. Maybe you can take backs of the hands together or even palms. Doesn't matter to me. Start with the elbows squeezing down towards your chest. And then inhale, lift the elbows off the chest, but draw the shoulders down. And for an even deeper stretch to the upper back, even though you might already be feeling it here, staying upright, you can start to drop the chin to the chest a bit. You can even begin to round the spine down. Feel that stretch move all the way down the back. Keep squeezing those elbows. On an inhale, keep squeezing those elbows. Reach them forward to come all the way up. And then we'll release the arms, stretch them all the way back out wide. Big, big stretch. And let's cross them the opposite way. So now left will go under right. Find the cross that works best for you on this side. Squeeze those elbows together. Start with the elbows down to the chest, squeezing everything in, and then lift the elbows, but draw the shoulders down. Now, a lot of times when you do this, especially if you have the hands together, once we lift the elbows, the hands kind of knock right into the face. So we've got to do a little bit of work to draw those hands away from the face. All right, still squeezing the elbows, lift up tall. If you like, for a little deeper sensation, drop the chin to the chest. And then moving on, if you want even more, reaching the elbows forward as you kind of round the back, feeling that stretch of the whole back side. Oh my gosh, that feels so great. Now reach the elbows forward to come up, all the way upright. And then open those arms out wide. Whew, shake them all out. Good. All right, a little bit more movement. We're going to start to involve the whole body. We are going to stand up and do a couple of standing things today as well. So let's start with the arms down by the sides and then inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, cactus arms. So pause here, take another inhale and exhale, tilt forward. So keep the spine long, just tilt forward about halfway. So forcing you to work the muscles in your back as well as your abdominals here. So we stay for the inhale. And then exhale, fold all the way down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let the head weight drop. Inhale, halfway up. So hands can stay on the knees. Maybe they're on the shins, maybe they're on the floor. And then exhale, fold all the way back down. Next inhale brings us all the way upright. Look first. So look forward first, get the spine long, then push into the feet and the seat and bring yourself all the way up. And release your arms down. Let's do that 2 more times, just like that. I'll pick up the speed, the tempo just a little bit. Inhale, upright, cactus arms and tilt forward all at the same time. Now stay for the inhale and then exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift, look forward, find that length in your spine and then fold again. Next inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And hands to heart center. Continue watching the breath. See how it moves differently in the body as we are moving. Inhale, upright. 1 more time, just like that. Cactus arms and tilt forward on the exhale. Pause. Stay here for an inhale. And then exhale all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, bring yourself all the way up, reach to the sky and lower the hands all the way down. Beautiful job. Take your hands, catch onto the seat of the chair. So we sit tall, pick up your right foot. 90-degree bend about in the knee. And as the foot comes up, flex the foot. And just pause here. So a little half boat pose on the chair. And if you don't need the hands on the chair, now we want to make sure that we're toning the abdominals. So navel is drawing back to the spine and up to the ribs. So we're not collapsing the spine, we're lifting the chest. If you don't need the hands on the chair, you want some more challenge, reach your arms up. Breathe. And what if, bigger challenge here, whether hands are up or on their chair, can you extend the leg and then bend the knee? Let's do 2 more of those. Extend and bend. Last one, extend and bend, and then lower everything all the way down. Yeah, shake the legs out a little. Now, you know what's coming. We're going to do that on side two. So hands on the chair to begin with. So we've got that support, lengthen the spine. Pick up your left foot. Flex the foot, about a 90-degree bend in the knee. Keep the spine long, abdominals toned and engaged, chest lifted. And decide where to go from here. Stay here, hands on the chair, fully supported. A little extra challenged. Maybe take one or both hands off. It's just optional. We're not required to do it. Breathe. How is the breath changing? How is the involvement of the body changing as you breathe here? All right, 3 times. We'll try extending that leg. Press through the heel, extend it out, and then bend the knee. Good, press. Do your best. You're doing great. One more. Press. And bend. And lower everything all the way down. Let those knees roll out side to side. All right. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat. Hands on the chair once more. Sit up tall. Tone the abdominals. Pick up your right foot. Pick up your left foot. So now I am leaning back a bit, but I'm not resting on the chair and my spine is long. Okay, keep those abdominals toned, and you can certainly stay right here with the hands on the chair. In fact, it gives you a little bit of leverage so you can lift the chest even more. But if you want more challenge in your practice today, you might take the hands off the chair, maybe, or maybe you take the hands behind your knees. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly release everything all the way down. Yeah, roll those knees out. Let's come on up to stand, please. So we'll come up to stand, and I'm just going to stand. Well, actually, I'm going to turn my chair sideways so that I can use the back of the chair for support. And the first thing that we'll do, standing next to the chair with one hand on it, at least for support. You could alternately be standing facing the chair so you have 2 hands on for support, right? You do what works best for you. I'm going to turn sideways like this so that I'm facing you. And start with your feet about hips distance apart. So the heels are underneath the knees. All right, all 10 toes facing forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, sit your butt back like you're getting ready to sit in an invisible chair that's back behind you. Be mindful in your own body. I'm going to come back upright again. That when you bend the knees, we're not taking the knees forward, which as you can see, kind of takes my butt and tucks it under. Instead, stick your butt out behind you for chair so that we're using the back side of the body, the glutes and the hamstrings. And we're also using quadriceps, the fronts of the thighs. Yeah, let's inhale, come all the way back up. Let's do 4 more of those, just down and up. Sink for your chair. Otherwise known as a squat. Little trick to get you to do one. All right, we're going to do 3 more. 3, and up. 2, and up. 1 more, and hold it down. So hold it in the down position. Chest is lifted. Abdominals are tightened here. That'll help support the low back. And as we stay here and hold our chair pose, Utkatasana, what if you played with taking hands off the chair? Maybe you can bring hands to heart center. Some of you might even reach the fingertips up toward the sky with the arms along the ears. Take 1 more breath here. And then pushing into the feet, bring yourself all the way upright. Good, getting the legs nice and warmed up, getting some blood flow going there. Let's take a balancing pose, tree pose next. So again, return to Tadasana, mountain pose, feet about hips distance apart. I like to start my chair pose with the feet a little bit closer together. So I'm going to heel toe mine closer together. If you need more stability, keep your feet a little wider. All right, hands on the hips, or at least 1 hand on the hip. And let's start balancing first on the right leg. So press down firmly into the right leg and bend the left knee, and then open that hip out to the side. Good. So you might start right here with heel resting on the inner ankle. Maybe you lift the foot up. You decide where to go. Just stay here and breathe. Remembering our intention today, kindness, self-kindness. Right? How about playing with your balance? Could you come to maybe one fingertip resting on the chair? Maybe no fingertips resting on the chair. Breathe. Notice how the breath and the body involvement changes. Stay with it. Stay tuned in. And we'll slowly release and step out. Shake the leg. All right, let's go to the other side. Standing down firmly into the left leg. Bend the right knee, open the hip out to the side. Decide where to go. Toes can stay on the ground or you can lift. And just maybe you play with your balance a bit more here. Maybe you test the waters. Come to just fingertips on the chair. Maybe eventually, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe you take both hands off. Maybe they come back down, and that's okay. Remember that this is all just practice. Even if you fall out of your tree pose, it's just practice. You just get right back up and you do it again. And let's slowly release all the way down. Shake the legs. All right. Come to stand behind your chair so you're facing the high back part of the chair. And we'll do a couple of standing poses here. We'll start with high lunge. And start with your left foot forward and your right foot back. Right? Left foot forward, right foot back. And preferably keep that back heel lifted. So your right heel is going to stay off the floor. You're going to stamp those toes down. Now, bend your your left knee, moving the thigh forward just until the knee stops. It's going to be right over your ankle. And just pause right here. Spine is really tall. Hands could stay right here on the chair, or maybe one arm or both goes up to the sky. Strong legs. So we're stamping the feet down, pressing the legs down. Energetically then as well, imagine scissoring the legs together. So we're getting those inner thighs engaged as well. And let's place the hand down, back to the chair if you've taken it off, and step the right foot forward. Shake the legs out. We'll do that same thing on side two. High lunge. So right foot stays forward and your left leg is going to go back. Stamp the toes down. Lunge on the right knee. So stop when the knee is about over the ankle. Spine is long and tall. And then tune in. Focus in on the breath, on sensation. We're really grounded through the legs. So stamping those back toes down, pressing the right foot down, and then find a bit of a scissoring action in the legs. And just maybe the arms go up. Let's place the hands back down on the chair if you've lifted them and step that back foot forward. Good. Shake both legs out. All right. How about warrior one now, standing? So again, we will start with the right foot forward and the left leg. Actually, let's do the opposite. Left foot forward, right foot back. So we're going switching side to side. All right. Left foot forward, right foot back. This time, take your back heel and turn it down. So you're going to turn the foot down flat with those back toes angling mostly forward, but turned out maybe about 25 degrees. And make sure you've got some space between the feet left to right so that both hip points face the chair. Anchor into that back leg and bend the front knee again, just until the knee is about over the ankle. So you might be feeling a little stretch in the lower part of the leg of that back foot. And then pause here. So legs are strong again. Abdominals are toned. Hands can stay on the chair, or we extend the arms up overhead. Breathe here. Let's take 2 more breaths. If the hands are lifted, release the hands back to the chair. Keep your feet about where they are. Straighten the front knee and start to tilt forward. So now we're going to, and I've got to adjust my feet a little bit so I don't run into the chair. So we've got 2 straight legs and we're folding forward. So now feeling a nice deep stretch in the back of your front leg. And depending on your chair or access to the back of the leg, you might walk your hands and continue walking down, maybe even to the seat of the chair, maybe even taking fingertips all the way to the floor. It's not necessary. We're drawing the left hip back in space to emphasize more opening in the back of the leg. Let's inhale, walk yourself all the way back upright. And step forward, shake the legs. All right, same 2 poses on the other side. So right foot will be forward, left leg back, but then stamp the heel down. But adjust in such a way, again, that both hip points can face the chair. Power up the back leg, so that's our anchor, pressing down pinky toe side of the foot. Bend your right knee until the knee is about over the ankle, and we pause here for warrior one. Hands can stay on the chair, or if you're testing your balance a bit more, maybe you lift one hand off. They can go up to the sky, heart center, yogi's choice. And if arms are lifted, bring your hands back to the chair. Straighten the front leg out. So now we have 2 straight legs, and then hinge forward now, feeling that stretch, the back of the front leg. Maybe walk your hands down farther, maybe to the seat, maybe to the floor. We'll inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Good, up nice and tall, step forward. And let's turn the chair around now. So you're facing the seat of the chair. Now you might not have to turn your chair. Maybe you can just walk around to the other side of your chair. I have to turn mine. I'm gonna turn the chair. So I will be facing the seat. And we'll stand out in front of the chair. Take your hands, you're going to bend over, bring your hands to the seat of the chair. And now walk your feet back until you're in about like a plank pose, right? So shoulders will be stacked over the wrists. Now send your hips back and plant your feet on the floor. Stretching the upper body, stretching the arms, sending the hips back. So this is our downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, using the chair. From downward dog, we'll inhale and shift back forward to your plank pose. Shoulders shift forward until they're over the wrists. Pause here. Abdominals are tight and toned. And then as you exhale, push back. Back to downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale back. Stay really mindful and in the moment here, tuned into what's going on. 2 more, please. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, go back. Last one. Inhale forward. And exhale back. But walk your feet forward. So they're closer to the chair. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. So just lengthen the elbows here. Look forward, long spine. And then exhale, fold all the way down. Now we'll inhale to come up. So look forward. Always keep a little bend in your knees when you do this. Look forward first, then press down into the feet. Bring yourself all the way up and lower the arms all the way down. Good. All right, we can come back to sitting on the chair again. So I'll turn mine once more. And go ahead and take a seat. All right. Take a seat, pick up your right foot. Draw it in towards your chest. We'll roll out the ankle a little. And then point and flex. Can't forget about those little joints down there in the feet and the ankles, huh? Keep your foot flexed and we'll cross right ankle over the left knee. Sitting up tall. After that standing work, it's going to feel so great to open up the outer hip here. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths in total. So you can stay completely upright, or for a little deeper stretch, you can start to tilt the torso forward. So you're kind of reaching your heart forward. And one more breath. And now bring yourself all the way upright. We'll uncross the leg, planting the right foot down. Pick up your left knee. We'll take a couple of ankle rolls here, going both directions, and then point and flex a couple of times. Flex the foot, cross ankle over the knee, lengthen up tall. And exhale, reach the heart forward only if you need a little extra stretch in that outer hip. Right? Otherwise, you can stay completely upright here, just tuning into that hip, tuning into the breath. Remembering our practice today is all about aiming to be kind to yourself. Almost like each of the postures that we've done today are like, I don't know, like a little love song to your body. I know that sounds kind of weird, but you get the idea. And we'll inhale, bring yourself all the way upright, uncross the leg. We'll finish with a twist, but a little bit deeper twist. Turn all the way over in your chair to your right. So turn all the way around. So both legs are still on the chair, right? Both sit bones are still on the chair. And turn yourself so that you can have hands on either side of the back of the chair. Now remember, we always lengthen the spine before we twist. So inhale, get really tall in the spine, and then using hands as a little leverage on the back of the chair, turning to your left, or excuse me, turning to the right. Okay, so we move the legs to the right. Now we're twisting farther to the right. Turning head to look all the way over the right shoulder. Now stay in the twist, but turn your head to look the opposite direction over the left. Another nice stretch for the neck. Yeah, beautiful. Let's untwist the head. So come back to neutral first, and then untwist the rest of you. Bring yourself back around to the front, and now turn the other way. Same thing. So we're still fully seated on the chair, just facing the side. Hands come to the back, using as leverage. Inhale, lengthen the spine and twisting to your left. Head turning all the way around to look. Keeping the twist, but turn your head now to look over right shoulder. And then bring the head back to neutral. And inhale, untwist the rest of you. Come all the way back around, returning, facing forward. Sitting up tall, resting hands on the thighs or in the lap. And if comfortable, soften and close the eyes. And as the eyes close, tune back into watching the breath. Get really aware and involved in watching the breath. What areas of the body are involved automatically in breathing? The abdomen, moving in and out. The ribs maybe moving laterally. The chest, the collarbones. And we'll come back once more to organizing the breath. Extending the length of your exhale. See if you can come back to that rhythm or that pacing of having your exhalation up to twice as long as the inhale. Staying fully tuned into the breath. Let's take 3 more rounds like this, please. And then return to normal breathing. Allow your body to find its own rhythm again. And please inhale, join the hands, Anjali Mudra, palm against palm in front of the heart. Take a full deep breath in as you lift the heart into the hands. Exhaling, bow chin to your chest. It's a gesture of gratitude. Always a little gratitude to yourself for taking this time for you today. May you know love, may you know peace, and may you know kindness. And may these things flow from you and to you always. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.